I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. I am happy. I am happy.
Yeah, I'll start and then you can be up here if you want to, but yeah. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. So good to have everybody here today. What a blessed day it is to be in the Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Jay. I'm the spiritual director here at the center. So good to have everybody here this morning. We have Virginia here as our practitioner on platform, and Diana Egezi is our musician. Let's welcome her for our opening chant.
Altar of
Thank you, Diana. I'll just keep talking and then, thank you, Janice. It's so good to just be in community and appreciate new people who try us out, to give us, I know we're not a fit for everyone, but we are clear in our principles and who we are and how we show up in the world. And we're grateful for everyone being a part of this community. So thank you, Diana, for being a part of that. I know most of your music I love because it's just about surrendering to something beyond us. So thank you for being a part of that. So let's start with our vision and mission. If we read together, we say, we are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action. And our mission statement, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. I don't know about you, but it feels springish outside. I know that the rain's coming back this week, but still, I've noticed that things are popping up in the valley. And I'm talking about more than the mustard plants, but we were out, my wife Michelle and mother-in-law Ursula were out looking at the beautiful blooms in the vineyards. If you haven't done that, you want to do that this month because they'll go away in March. But beautiful, beautiful just seeing that up valley. But that's not what I'm talking about that's popping up. I've noticed in my neighborhood, neighborhoods around the city, there's color popping up, and it is the respect, right? The respect and kindness signs. Let's give them a round of applause. So Pro-Inclusion Napa put these signs up, and they first ordered, I think, several hundred and had to reorder several more hundred. And I don't know about your neighborhood, but my neighborhood probably has 20 to 30 signs in every direction I go. How many other people see them a lot around town? Yeah, it's just wonderful. So thank you, Pro-Inclusion. Thank you. I don't think Joanne's here or Laura, but all the people. If you're involved in Pro-Inclusion, just stand up if you're in any way part of it. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Thank you. It's the kind of message that does spread. There's Joanne. We just gave you a round of applause. Let's give you another one. Yeah, but that was a grand entrance. That was good. Joanne, we were just showing the photo up here. That's why we were talking about you. They are all over town, literally. So it's so good because that's the kind of message that does spread. And what I believe is if we know in our heart and practice it, that it becomes the standard, and it's when people are not being kind that it stands out. People are kind of looking around. It's like when I first moved to Napa, I moved from Denver, so I didn't realize the rule is no matter what happens in traffic, you do not honk. Because if you honk, everybody stops and looks around at you. So just keep it chill. I'll go, okay. Denver's a lot different. A lot of big city traffic there. And the same is true here. What is normal is kind. And that encourages people to be kind, and that becomes the norm. And so it's really great to have those signs. So thank you, Pro-Inclusion Napa, for everything that you've done to create those. It's a big team, and we acknowledge other people in the room that were part of that. So yes, it is a big team. Thank you. The other thing that happened this week was yesterday there was a big, so Pro-Inclusion Napa, their meeting is at the Napa Methodist Church this coming Tuesday at 5:30. So even if you're not part of it now, you can still be a part of it. It's a great group of people. Like Joanne said, it's a team. They're all fun and creative and enjoy spreading kindness and love in the community. So we encourage you to be a part of that. Tomorrow night, all are invited at the Methodist Church. You go to the back parking lot to the entrance in there. And then yesterday was the Napa Valley History celebration over at Crosswalk Church. It was great. It was really fun. They had They had a gospel choir there from American Canyon who were just outstanding. Everybody was up singing and clapping, and it was like church there, and it was really great. And I'd even captured a couple pictures of a couple of our congregants there up dancing and as well. And the reason I could take a picture of it because I was up dancing too. So that's great. And then I was really touched by J.T. Thompson, who was the starter of the celebration here in Napa, who's in the lower left-hand corner in the left, and Pastor Pete, Dr. Pete Shaw, who's the pastor of the Crosswalk Church. They had a very touching talk. It was just about the history of African Americans, Black Americans here in Napa, and how they've been redlined and discriminated against and excluded in many ways in the history of Napa. And Napa has changed a lot. We're more open, very open to diversity, equity, and inclusion, but it's taken a process. And there's still a lot of caution around all that. And I appreciate, I thought most of the questions, there was just kind of an open question period. And most of the questions went to JT, but one went to Dr. Pete there at Crosswalk about what are religions doing in Napa to make a difference? What are faith communities doing? And he spoke right to it. He acknowledged the interfaith community, which I'm a part of, for doing their work, but he also said that any person who's a Christian or any person of faith who doesn't embrace diversity, inclusion, and equity is not listening to Spirit. And that was a powerful statement. So he called people out. Now, it was a room of people that agreed with him for the most part. And I think his own church has gone through, like we have always been progressive. We've not, we've lost maybe a couple of people here and there because we are a little too progressive. But for the most part, we have a progressive bunch. But he's taken some stances as some people have left his church because of it. But more people came because of it. So that's the good news. So it was a delightful thing, and we continued to celebrate Black History Month by acknowledging particularly the spiritual contributors to progressive and liberal faiths, and we appreciate that and continue to honor that this month. And then also a couple other things going on. Next Sunday is our annual community meeting. All are invited, even if you've just been going here for a little bit. It'll be a time for us to talk about our new board members we'll be electing, and if you have any suggestions for new board members, please talk to me. Today would be the last day to do that, or to email me. 2025 summary, 26 budget, 26 vision, and your input. There'll be a survey for classes and events. Now, if you're online, we will be streaming it. We'll send the link out on email. We don't put it on the website because we don't want random people showing up who aren't part of our community. There's been some, that happens on Zoom sometimes. So you look for emails or text. We'll send out a new batch. We just sent one out today, but we'll also send it out next week. Or if you're not getting those emails, just send nvcsl1237@gmail.com a message, and we'll send you back that link. So, but we're also going to have some center trivia, and there will be prizes on that. That's because you go, board meeting. So we're going to keep it fun and keep it light. And we've also learned to shrink it down to an hour and 15 minutes. Keep it pretty short in that way. And we'll start right after the prayers on that. A Zoom link will be available. And like I said, all people are invited. And then also next week, along with being the annual community meeting, is our Green Bag Day. So we've given so much food, a couple tons of food, and the whole project through Napa Can Do has given, 100 tons probably of food to the food bank. And so we love being a part of it. And I'll tell you, this is the kind of time, it's meant to be a year-round program because there's usually a lot of giving during the summer when people have an abundant gardens. They're giving produce to the food bank. And into November, December, a lot of people give food and donations, but this is kind of the dry month, so to speak, February, and we'll have another one in April, that the food bank gets a little low on their shelves. So we appreciate you being a part of this. Pick up a green bag today and do that. And anybody online, you're welcome to just give directly to the food bank or send us donations, and we'd give to the food bank either way because they appreciate monetary donations too. But anytime during the week you can bring your donations, or on Sunday the 15th will be the deadline. So thank you for being a part of that. How many people have given to the food bank, to the green bag stuff before? Yeah, that's great. Well, let's keep it going. 10 years, is that right? Wow, that's hard to believe. Wow, it is. Yeah. We also have a very lonely peace pole. I mean, it has lots of friends on Sunday, but other than that, it's just left in the dark here. So it would like to see the light of the day. If you so want it to be in your yard, we can give you can take it now and then have it through February. I don't think we have anybody on the schedule right now. Monica's in February?
I signed up for January, never got it. So
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I wrote down in February, so I don't know.
So we'll bring it to you.
Wants to
So
fight about it.
we'll talk. I'll talk to you afterwards. So we have other months available. So please do that. We'll get it over to you, and that'd be great. But it's a great way to spread, just like the kindness signs. It's a great way to spread the peace message in your neighborhood. So, and there are ongoing events: Wednesday meditation, Friday chanting, Zen together on Fridays and Saturdays. A welcoming space where parents, even with their young children, can practice mindfulness. And then also we have a positive parenting class. It's on March 3rd from 12 to 1:30. You can bring your own lunch. Dana Adams, who is a practitioner and also a licensed marriage and family therapist, she will provide this class just to provide parenting support and then also to deal with any challenging situations. And what's great, it's just come from 12 to 1:30 at lunch, $10. It's meant to have people come. So if you're a parent of school-age children or a grandparent or have kids who are parents, invite them to do that. So that's on our website as well. So we are centered on prayer. We believe that prayer really shifts things in our own consciousness. And when people are willing to receive prayer, and usually just by requesting prayer, you are open to it, things shift in your life as well. We will have practitioners here after the service to pray with if you so want to have a one-on-one affirmative prayer or prayer request in the lobby or online. All of those are available. We also know that prayer has many different ways, and to be in silence and listening is a prayer in of itself, to bring our prayers for all things in the world into our prayers. And so I'm going to invite Diana up here to bring us into this time of contemplation.
staying rested down in that place of beauty and peace that Diana just gifted us with. Let your heart take in the words of this prayer. May my heart be gentle. May my mind be still and open. May my spirit be unshackled. May my awareness be keen, my conscience clear, my nature giving. May I be a healing presence. May I be of benefit to all. May my life enrich others. May I know what matters and live in harmony with nature. So staying inward, seeing if somewhere in your body these words touched you. To have a clear mind, a gentle heart, to look outward in your community and be that healing presence. To me, personally, that's the purpose of why we're here, and that this community fosters that in us. And that is the highest and best we can ever be. And in these times of challenge and shifts and change and uncertainty, I'm hoping that each and every one of you has a daily practice that helps awaken that awareness in you. But always remembering that your heart has to be gentle to yourself. And let your conscience be clear before you proceed in interactions with others. So whatever it takes, whatever practice moves you. Last week, Dana talked about ritual. Give yourself the gift of gentling your heart, clearing your conscience, and allowing yourself to have such an awareness that you can see what is going on and still have your heart open. That's the challenge I leave you with today. May we all remember the light that we are and take great joy in it. Blessed be.
do this if that helps. Beautiful, Diana. Thank you. So we have a new theme today. Well, it's been this month that we've had it, but we continue to be open at the top, following our spiritual principles and our ancestral wisdom that we have. And today we're talking about embracing the edge and being on point with our living our mission. And what I know, the truth about this is that we all have an inner being, an inner thought, an inner life in this way. And we can find this guide to what it is. But when I think of being on point, I also think about a pointer dog, that I don't know if you've ever seen a pointer dog, but they literally freeze in position when they lower their head and they point at whatever that is. They're amazing dogs. But like our intuition, they need to be trained. We have a natural intuition, and pointer dogs have a natural ability to be able to point out something, but they need to be trained. But a couple jokes about them. I have to go here. So first of all, there was on a particular day, somebody was looking for the remote control, and they had a pointer, and they just jokingly asked the pointer to find their remote, and suddenly the dog was frozen, and he looked at him, "What are you pointing at?" He realized his head was right at the couch. So sure enough. And what do you call a pointer dog that has lost its ability to sense things? A pointless. That's good, you got it. Pointless. Monica, can you do me a favor in trying to get my tablet going? It doesn't seems to be shut off for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe just hold that on button at the very top of it. The very top. There was also a person who was at a park where there were many squirrels, and the dog froze and the man goes, what are you pointing at? And he goes, and the good thing about jokes is dogs can talk, right? And the dog said, I'm pointing out the obvious. So, yeah. And yet what's interesting about this idea of this inner self, this inner being, this inner intuition that has a sense of when we're focused, when we're on task, when we're on point. And if you want to call it your inner God, or perhaps your inner dog, that has this sense that can align with things. This has been an age-old idea of aligning with our highest and best, our purpose, and our life that is, that being. Thank you. As much as 4,500 years ago, that a man named Tohotep, I don't know how you get that word out of there, but I had to look it up. But he was a philosopher in Egypt in 2400 before the Common Era, so that's 4,500 years ago. And he talked about how our life should be so straight that you can measure it with a plumb line. Now, if you are, the pyramids were built. We don't really exactly know how. There's a lot of theories. But we do know that they used plumb lines that really set things straight. They gave them an edge. And some people theorize that they aligned it with the stars in that way to create it. But a plumb line is also a good metaphor for us finding alignment with our purpose. What's interesting, if you ever used a pendulum, or if you can ever used a plumb line or something like that, there are more modern things people use now. But it has to come to a stillness, right? In the swaying that goes back and forth. It's before you can find that plumb. Or a pendulum, you have to first bring it to a stillness before you ask a question. Some people use it for intuition. And what's interesting about that is we have to come to a stillness also. We come to a stillness before we can feel that alignment and get that sense of what is ours to do as we open up to this greater sense. And it's amazing to me that people have been looking at this, at ways to align, whether it was in Egypt or Europe or Asia or Africa, Australia, here in the Americas with indigenous people. They were always looking for what was in harmony, what was in peace. Remember what I talked about kindness being the norm? We also wish that this in harmony would be the norm. So when things were out of harmony, we would notice it and we could find out the ways for us to become into alignment, back into the flow, back into a deeper connection. And we first have to come to this stillness that's opening up in that way. I guess I'm just not going to use a tablet today. That's fine. I know that the way we open up to life that is purpose is a bigger idea, is a bigger truth. And we are one way, I talk about an inner God within us or an inner teacher that we have. And we can find that kind of guidance with wisdom by reading, by listening, both listening to people speaking or online speaking or listening within. And lately I've been reading this book called Revolutionary Agreements. And I think Marianne Head's book here is an excellent way for us to begin walking through these different ways of alignment, different understandings of truth that's within us, that resonates within us. And she has 12 basic agreements. And we're going to be going through these one by one through the weeks. We might combine a couple of them, but pretty much we're going to be going through one at a time. And today's was to agree to live my mission. So this is the very first agreement. I agree to live my mission. And what's great about what I know is that when we set an intention, and then we sit in meditation, or we sit in quiet, this is what I want to experience in my life. And then we open up to the universe, we open to our intuition, like, how can I do this? How can I create this? First, you have to have this intention, though. And what Marianne Head talks about is that this idea that when we make agreements, we're creating a discipline, a structure, a pathway for us to do. But it's not always telling us how to do it, because we're all going to be living our mission in different ways. It's not going to look the same. And I find that when we compare our lives to other people's lives, that sometimes that takes us off our path in many ways, to understand what is ours to do. There was, I got some text messages yesterday, it was Friday, about disruptions in the traffic because of a big protest. I'm going, gosh, I usually hear about these protests, what is going on, and maybe I should go over and see. And then I checked in, I got real clear, no, it's not yours to do, and you shouldn't, it's not right, not the highest and best for me to go. I later found out it was high school students. Thousands of high school students, yeah. And they literally met at, because it was Blue Oak and Lincoln High School and Justin Siena and Vintage, and pretty much where they all meet up there on Jefferson and Trancas, Claremont Street. So it was great that they came in, and Live Oak also joined them, high school, and New Tech. So it was pretty much a meeting place, and powerful to protest the immigration policies, and that people, they were advocating for freedom and due process for all people. So it's great to see them show up. But it's also interesting that the clarity I had, and it was a good model for me, because sometimes I have a fear of missing out, right? But in this case, it was a joy of missing out, because instead of a FOMO, it was a JOMO, because it just wasn't mine to do. Not all things are mine to do. Not all things are for yours to do. Just because they seem like a good idea doesn't mean it's the highest and best. It has to be something that's in for you to do. And that's why we have these intentions. In this case, I agree to live my mission. So what is my mission? How does this show up? And what I love about using, when I talk about ancestral wisdom, I'm not necessarily talking about your biological ancestors, even though they can definitely be your wisdom keepers, but I'm talking about spiritual ancestors who have, through the ages, have raised the consciousness, have provided wisdom that we can read about, that we can listen about, that we can experience. And I tell you, it wasn't always that easy to find this information, even though it was in the collective consciousness, but this wisdom was suppressed for a long time. Because most mystics and progressive teachers, their message is, which is the message here, is you can find this within yourself. That's a dangerous message for a lot of churches. That means you don't have to come here to find your wisdom, to find your truth. Now, I think it's more fun to do it in a community. But at the same time, I'm telling you, and I think it's better, not listen to me. There's a Buddhist story about I think worship wouldn't be a Buddhist word, but don't honor necessarily the person who points to the moon, because they're not the truth. They're pointing to the moon, and the moon is the truth. So don't be confused by the truth being the person who's pointing to the moon, is basically what it says. And that's what I'd be glad to point to the moon. Many other people here, Virginia, your reflection was pointing to the moon. Diana, your music is pointing to the moon. There's a lot of people pointing to the moon. But let's not be confused about where the truth is. It is the moon that reflects in our heart and within us. And we can connect with this on a deeper level by just listening to this idea. So there's certain ways that over time that I have learned, but like I said, I'm just suggesting a way to experience the moon, not the way. But one thing I found about our intentions is the first thing we need to do is to let go of obstacles. Let go of things that might be in our way. And notice what that is. And sometimes we need to act into the world. We need to put our love into action to create, to begin to live our mission, but we also find along the way certain obstacles that are there. I love, last week I quoted Howard Thurman, and I want to do it again because I think it's just so profound. He's just been reading that. I'd like to read the whole book, Inner Journey, because I realize how many gems there are in there. But just to reiterate what he said, what is forgotten is the fact that life moves at a deeper level than the objective and the data of our senses. We are most alive when we are brought face to face with the response of the deepest things in us to the deepest things in life. Again and again, we are wearing down the walls that shut us in. So the walls are those obstacles we're talking about. That as we continue to move into the world, we recognize obstacles, we recognize the truth of them, and that we can open up to deeper ways of allowing that. That by simply being mindful and not letting them have the block that they once had on us. You still notice them, but in that way, with clear intention that we wear them down in that way. Martha Beck is an author that I've read for a long time, that I've really admired her work. I read a book, probably 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. I read a book that she wrote called North Star. Excellent book about your purpose and mission and orienting yourself towards things like that. Martha Beck, really good. But she's written a new book called Beyond Anxiety. And she was talking about that currently we have a low-level anxiety and sadness that's ambiguous, which means it's not caused by any particular thing. We're just kind of running, and it also leaves us on edge. I'm not talking about the spiritual edge we're talking about this month, but edgy, like we're prone to reactions. We're prone to easy disappointments. We're prone to avoiding things because we have this anxiety, this sadness running. And what's interesting is her research, neuroscience research that was done, her research as well as neuroscientists, is that they found that creativity is the opposite of that. That when we're in the flow in our lives and we're focused on doing something, creating something, or some sort of creative project, it doesn't have to be art. It can be rearranging your house or food you're preparing for people, having people over, designing things. Today we're doing vision boards outside for the community. That, doing things like that. You can do a vision board for yourself. Some sort of creative thing or some project you're doing. That when you're focused on that, you're less focused on that anxiety, that sadness, that grief. It doesn't mean that we're passive in that way, that we don't do anything at all. It just means that we find the peace that's within us. And I find that whatever action we do, if we do it finding that peace first, it has more effect. And also we walk with that peace. But that's not always easy to find. You've probably heard the phrase that we are the ones we're waiting for, meaning we're not waiting for a Messiah or a hero to come rescue. But in my own mind, I'm waiting for us to be the one. That we're not quite there yet. We're working on it, but we still have some divisions. We still have certain walls that we put up. But if we do things together as a community, or other groups of people like Pro Inclusion Napa, what they're doing, if you're combining that effort, that also makes it more joyous. That makes it more creative. And it helps you affirm what you're doing in that way and serving in that way. This creative thing. Many of you know the Serenity Prayer. God grant me, help me out here because I don't know. Well, let's all say it together. Let's start together because we're all talking. So, God grant me to be ready, have things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I cannot, and the wisdom to know the difference. What's interesting about the originator of that is that it almost sounds, when you think that maybe somebody's like not doing work in the world, not doing much. But he was a theologian and a person who was active socially. And he wanted to be able to be clear about what action to take and when to take it. And he wanted that clarity. And also he wrote this in the 1930s, which was during the Great Depression, when people struggled. A lot of people were turning to alcohol and other kinds of drugs for coping mechanisms. So he was also encouraging people to find that peace within them without using any kind of substances and things like that. But he also believed in action. I've heard that lately some people have been saying a little different phrasing of that, about God grant me the courage to change the things I cannot stand, that make me uncomfortable. And grant me the way to do that, the way to open up, the way, the things that are not acceptable in my mind with my value system. So that there is action to be taken in this world, and we want to be clear on what that action is for, how we're opening up to that. So in that we continue to know that this pathway. Oh, this is another thing from Egypt that I came across. I'm doing this ancient wisdom class. That was kind of cool. So on the Day of Judgment in this hieroglyphic that was done, it showed an imaginary, perhaps, Day of Judgment with a jackal and a young person named Ani, whose life was judged on if their heart was lighter than a feather. I don't know about you, but with the many things in my life, sometimes I feel very heavy. And the idea to lighten up, to allow, to let go, to accept things, find that peace, and to continue to lighten up my heart. I'm not sure I would pass that test today, but I'm letting go of more and more layers. We talked about letting the layers go. And what we find is that there's greatness. When we peel away the layers like an onion, there's nothing there that's left but connectedness and unity and light. So to continue to lighten up. So we want to agree with this mission and lead with serving. And there's no better example right now. I don't know if you've continued to follow the monks. But they're an example of me that they're walking with peace. They're not walking for anything. They're walking with peace. And it's a form of prayer that they do. And people have responded. Tens of hundreds of thousands of people have shown up at different things. They've walked with them. They've heard them talk. They've been there, and they're just willing to serve in that way. And I looked this morning, and this is they're going up into Alexandria. They're almost in the District of Columbia. They're just a stone's way throw. I don't know what happens when they get DC, but I don't know if they know what happens. Most of the time, they're showing up with places they're invited. They're fed by the people that are willing to feed them. They're not begging. They're just clear on what they're to do, and it's walking with peace. And now they're about 2,000 miles in their 2,300-mile journey. So we continue to hold them in peace and use that as an example of our own connection. And we know that when I talk about service, yes, it can be things like us serving, like doing community service, but it's also the attitude of service, the being of service. You talk about the platinum way, the golden rule is doing to others how we want to be treated, but the platinum rule is doing unto others as they want to be treated. And that requires some conversations. That requires understanding. I know since probably 2020, maybe a little before that, I started awakening to how white supremacy was a privilege in my life and recognizing that. And I had some hard conversations with some my friends who are black, and it was hard to hear that some what I had done personally, some people that generally the white race had done, it was hard to hear. And yet I was willing to listen because I knew is what I didn't know. And I continue to listen to what I don't know. And I'm not trying to think that I know everything. That humbleness is really clear, and that's the attitude of serving that we do, that we show up. These lanterns, I don't know if you notice these, we kept these in the windows since 2020. They're representative of our openness. The lantern is not only about the lantern that we all have a light in us, but perhaps our lens is a little obscure that we need to clean to let our light shine. But it's also a lantern that during the Underground Railroad, there were lanterns left in the windows that would be a sign that this is a safe place for people to come when they were running away from their plantations. And so it's also a symbol for us that this is a safe place for all people to gather, and continues to be. So I'm going to have these up here during Black History Month as a reminder about that. And finally, we master the art of dreaming and scheming, which means we're willing to dream that which we want. We know that the seeds we plant, the divine seeds, grow into great beauty when we nurture them. We water them with love. We allow them to bloom just like the mustard blooms, just like many flowering trees are in the valley right now. flowers that'll be up in we have flowers out in our courtyard now. Thank you, Lori, and all those things. And we know that which we are planting now continues to grow, and it's part of our intention. I love what Derek Rydell, I often use this quote in his book Emergence. He said that a vision without a plan is fantasy. A plan without a vision is mediocrity. Believing God will do it for you is magical thinking. Believing you can do it yourself is the ultimate arrogance. Plan your life as you're doing the work. So scheme away. Imagine what it is and live your life as if God is. Right? Because we are individuals, but we're also doing this together, this work we do together. And finally, I want to offer you a poem by Meister Eckhart that's just, he was a mystic in the 1300s, 14th century. And he said, all beings are words of God. His music, his art, sacred books are we. So this creativity that I was talking about earlier, we are that already. There are infinite camps in our soul, and every act we do reveals God and expands its being. I know that may be hard to comprehend. All creatures are doing their best to help God in its birth of itself. The seeds we plant, the divine seeds that we know that are coming into form. Enough talk for the night. They are laboring in me. I need to be silent for a while. Worlds are forming in my heart. Isn't that beautiful? So we just let the dreaming happen. The world's forming in our heart. And then we scheme for ways to do it and know that we are ways of expanding God's being in the world. That we're doing the best to help God in its birth of itself. So I'm going to invite Diana up to with her song, and I'm going to pray in the middle of it, and we're going to kind of weave song and prayer together here.
I lay myself at the feet of the divine. Here is the place and now is the time. I offer my life to you. I open for your love to shine through. To shine through. Like a seed breaking open, like the raindrop flows into the ocean, like the fire consuming the tree bone. I open to the greatest love I've ever known, to the greatest love I've ever known.
So we just step into this time. Imagine the words that are on the screen. Use my hands, use my heart, use my voice, use my heart. Just allowing Spirit to move through us as us creating, being on point. And what we know is that right now Spirit is moving through you, is this grace and this ease and this love, this direction, this clarity, this insight in you that affirms that you are on mission, that you are creating this power and love, that you don't need to look back or be concerned, and if you're doing it right, for Spirit in you is this perfection of aliveness right here and right now. You are this aliveness. You are this life. The God in you is this. And for this, we're so grateful today. And so it is.
So here I am on my knees, praying, please. Use my hands, use my heart, use my voice, use my heart. Use my hands, use my heart. Use my voice, use my heart. Sing with me. Use my hands, use my heart. Use my voice, use my heart. Use my hands, use my heart. Use my voice, use my heart. Use my hands, use my heart. Use my voice, use my heart. Use my hands, use my heart. Use my voice, use my heart. Use my hands, use my heart. Use my voice, use my I lay myself at the feet of the divine. Here is the place, and now is the time. I offer my life to you. I open for your love. I open for your love to shine through, to shine through.
Let's take a breath in. Just let it go. Thank you. That was beautiful. hard to know what to do next. Oh, this is the time in our service we invite you to be part of the law of circulation. We know that which you give comes back to you tenfold in many ways. We know that some of you, there's different ways that you choose to give to our community. Some of it's online, we appreciate that, or here in person. We also know that as you begin our first time with our community, it's time just to receive the message we have today without any concern about that. But we appreciate ongoing members supporting our vision and mission. So if the ushers could come forward, please. So what I invite you to do is take your hand and put over your heart to represent that which you've given in the past or you're given today, and repeat the affirmation on the screen. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and so it is.
I'm so grateful to know what love is, to know what love is. I'm so grateful to know what love is, to know what love is. I'm so grateful to feel what love is, to feel what love is. I'm so grateful to feel what love is, to feel what love is. I'm so grateful to feel what love is, to feel what love is. I'm so grateful to feel what love is, to feel what love is, to share. I'm so grateful to share what love is, to share what love is. I'm so grateful to share what love is, to share what love is. I'm so grateful to share what love is, to share what love is. I'm so grateful to share what love is, to share what love is.
Thank you, Diana. This time in our service, we want to recognize people that might be here for the first time. If you're willing to raise your hand, we have a little pamphlet for you giving you a little information about our service. We also recognize anybody who might be here online for the first time. This is usually the time on the first Sunday of the month that we recognize birthdays and things like that, but we miss some people who are online and understand online. Lon Eakes' birthday is today, and it's 85. 85, so happy birthday, Lon. We also just want to acknowledge people who are here for the first time or first time in a while with a blessing. So we raise our hands and we say the blessing on our screen. Beg your pardon? Today? Happy birthday, Martha. I just mentioned that. So we raise our hands and we say, we bless you today. knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community, and so it is. And let's have our practitioners come forth, please. After the service, we'll be having prayer that you are welcome to stay in the community here in the sanctuary for that prayer. Everybody else who's not staying for prayer, please come on out to the courtyard. We have lots of good food, and the vision board things are out there. So if you have visions for what you want to experience in this community, look for pictures and put them on the boards like we did last week. We're just continuing that. So, and we, boy, I could. There's a distraction in here, huh? And we only have one youth today, it looks like. Tony, come on up. Tony, come on up. So we'll do our affirmation here. Do you have something to share?
Yes, I have something to share.
Well, there's the microphone over there. We're just...
Always have something to share. So our word for today was acceptance. So Tony, do you want to talk about what we spoke about with accepting? Just a little.
We talked about how there's always something to accept in life, and like challenges and stuff. Like for mine, it's school, like homework, so I gotta accept that. And like you can split it up and like into sections, so like you can accept part of it at a time, so it's less stressful. And that's kind of it.
Good, great. So affirmation for Eamon and for Tony. We raise our hands and we say, we love you, we care about you, and we're here for you. Let's all stand for the congregational affirmation and our closing song. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through us right now.
Something wonderful is happening through us right now.
I am led by Spirit.
I am led by Spirit.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I am guided by wisdom.
I am protected by love.
I am protected by love.
I am here to be a blessing.
I am here to be a blessing.
I am so grateful.
I am so grateful.
And so it is.
May the pool of love we have gathered here spread its wings and fly far and near from the depths of our hearts to the farthest star. May our love bless everyone. May our love bless everyone. One more time. May the pool of love we have gathered here spread its wings and fly far and near from the depths of our hearts to the farthest star. May our love bless everyone. May our love bless everyone.
May our love bless everyone. So be it. Have a great Sunday. Hi, BB. How are ya? Okay, I'll see if I have an answer.
We'll remember the great dream that you are. The spark ignited, and you sparkle like the sunlight on the lake. You are as the fire is to flame. You are. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. And may I be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. I am happy. I am filled with loving kindness. I am well. I am peaceful and at ease. And I am happy. I am happy. I am happy.